Austin Salyer was a junior at Texas State University. He was studying criminal justice and military science. He had just
Criminal
signed a
justice.
contract with the Army.
And you know what that means.
He's vulgar as shit,
From
man. That means,
Austin, when you're
yeah,
from
Austin.
Austin and you're
Yeah,
studying criminal justice,
super woke,
yo,
super lib.
he was probably trying to like free some. He probably would listen his like you know how you gotta do a little project and shit when you in college. He probably was trying to free some fucking Sedgwick criminal and shit. Was
Right.
like,
Yeah, he was on the Innocence Project, probably.
yo, damn.
Texas State University. He was studying criminal justice and military science. He had just signed a contract with the Army in September 2021.
So that night, Austin texted me at 8:53 p.m. and said, "I'm going to bed. Good night, sweet dreams. I love you." And I said, "Okay, I love you too." And then I waited about.
Text his mom. Think about what kind of kid he is if he texts his mom before he goes to sleep at night. That's a good kid.
That's a good ass kid.
He's about to go into the army. He's in college. He started his first goddamn training was in the morning. So he called his mom. Oh man.
Going to sleep,
3
mom.
p.m. and said, "I'm going to bed. Good night, sweet dreams. I love you." And I said, "Okay, I love you too." And then I waited about 3 minutes and I said, "Keep making us proud." And that was the last text I got from him.
His mom says he was supposed to be up at 4:30 the next morning for his first road march with his new platoon. At around 6 that morning, Bonnie checked Austin's location.
And I saw that his phone was still inside his apartment. And I thought, oh my gosh, he overslept.
Think about that. That's glider shit.
Real life.
We don't operate like that, man. You just be like, some parents would have found you a week later, man. Stinking, something stinking, man. And fucking maintenance people in the building like, yo, there's a funny smell coming out of this building. They didn't. He didn't wake up they didn't hear from him the next morning. I mean, he missed his training, so they pinged his location.
That morning, Bonnie checked Austin's location.
And I saw that his phone was still inside his apartment. And I thought, oh my gosh, he overslept. And so I started calling him. I started pinging him.
An hour and a half later, nothing.
And so I thought maybe he just was in a hurry. He left his phone, which I knew in my heart that wasn't true because nobody leaves their phone behind, right? It's become literally part of our bodies. And so about 7:30, I kind of panic started to set in.
So at around 11:15, Bonnie texts one of Austin's friends.
So I can't get a hold of Austin. I'd like to know if you can please go knock on his door, see if you can wake him up. He was all on it. He was like, oh yeah, I'll go scare him.
Instead, the friend saw fire and EMS on the 5th floor, the floor Austin Salyer stays on.
A police.
Think about this. This kid was not in the fucking trenches, man.
Not at
No,
all.
this kid is Clark fucking Kent.
This is a nice little neighbor. Salute to Deluxe 247, aka Cal Ripken, aka the real MVP, coming through once again. Salute to Ock Nation Hall of Famer Eric S coming through once again. Salute to you guys, man. Appreciate you. So this is a nice building, man. This is a building where you try talking about 1,800 now 2,200 for 730 square feet.
1 bedroom, yeah.
Yeah, 1 bedroom and 1 bathroom.
How the hell's he swinging that
EMS
on
on
his day?
Well, here's
Mom
the
and
thing.
dad might be helping out.
Mom and dad, definitely. Yeah, mom and dad, without a doubt.
Okay.
Mom and dad paying that shit. Or he has well, they didn't say nothing about a roommate.
Scholarship.
They didn't say nothing about a roommate. Yeah, maybe scholarship or something like that.
He was all on it. He was like, oh yeah, I'll go scare him.
Instead, the friend saw fire and EMS on the 5th floor, the floor Austin Salyer stays on.
A police officer called and said, what's your son's full name? What's his date of birth? And then he said, I'm sorry to tell you over the phone, but we found your son deceased in his apartment this morning.
Ooh.
Austin was shot through the wall while he was laying in bed.
And it just terrifies us to think how long he might have laid there suffering with his neighbor next door not getting any help for him.
So the guy knows he shot through the fucking wall. He knew he shot through the wall. Some man trying to think how to get away. We like rats. We instantly go into like
Panic mode. Yeah, how do I
like
get out of this? Yeah.
you're not thinking like to help nobody, to make it. Nah, we're not thinking about nobody but ourselves, man. Yeah, so that never crossed this guy's mind that somebody in the neck. What? Here's the
And there's also a complete lack of ballistics. And he probably never thought that a bullet would go through a wall.
no, that's not it. It's you're not even considering anything about the people in the other room other than how it affects you. So you're like, yeah, I hope I didn't hit nobody. Yeah, but you're not. You all of your stuff is about you. There's nothing going out. You dig what I'm saying? So as much as is you thinking about like, I hope I didn't hit him so I don't get in trouble. You know what I'm saying? I hope I didn't hit anybody so I don't get in trouble. Then you start waiting, you don't hear anything. He didn't hear no police. He started, oh well, shit, maybe. And then he starts, I mean, like it's just there was never any way he was gonna go in there and check on the guy. Okay? That was never in a million years.
And it just terrifies us to think how long he might have laid there suffering with his neighbor next door not getting any help for him.
Gabriel Brown, Austin's neighbor, claimed at around midnight he accidentally fired his gun while modifying it and talking on the phone with his father. He turned himself in but wasn't arrested. Brown was
He turned himself in but wasn't arrested. So this fucking guy is just snuffed out. Think about this. This fucking guy is just dead. It's a wrap. His life is done. It's over. He's done. His fucking everything's done. It's a wrap. It's all over. And we gotta hear about racism.
And that other little fucker didn't even get arrested.
But here's the thing about gliders. There's no glider that got the balls to say, man, we got protest. Nah, y'all don't. If this was the other way,
we shut your whole city down. We burn that bitch to
Oh yeah, burning out cars and all type of shit. We robbing stores and all that shit.
yo, this apartment building right here will be surrounded. The person, whoever owns this apartment or owns the people, the conglomerate, would have to issue a statement and would have to come out and get in front of a microphone. We wouldn't take a statement. You gotta come get in front of a microphone and say something.
Right. No bullshit though. Like it's not even no lies.
Yeah, they know it because they see what's going on in New York. They saw what's going on in Kansas City. They know if a son, think about it. Look at Jordan Neely, a whole degenerate crackhead fucktard piece of shit, punching old people, arrested 44 times. This guy fucking did everything right, man. This guy fucking clean. He calls his mother at night before he goes to bed. He
Captain America.
Patriotic, right? It's right, Captain America, right? God
in the army.
In the army, go army.
Dude, he's Captain America and Clark Kent rolled up into a fucking nice young man that had a future that involved public service and saving people.
No bullshit. He was gonna go hard for. He was
And
gonna
got
go
wiped
hard.
out by a fucking dummy. Who the fuck modifies a loaded gun? Let's tinker with it while it's loaded. That's a good idea.
No, son, people do that shit.
Yeah, all the time.
I promise you, son, people
All the
do that
time,
shit
man.
all the time.
All the time. That's why you gotta. That's why you just don't. Like Scott Adams said, you don't want to be around. Like this guy is just a ticking time bomb. He's probably not a bad kid.
Nah, he may try to be, but nah,
he's probably a decent kid, man. He's probably a decent kid.
No, he's just a fucking dummy.
Yeah,
Right.
You just don't want to be around. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't think he was malicious in his intent. I just think he's
no,
a
not at
fucking
all.
dummy.
Not at all. In this family, they better not make
They
too
just
big
got
of
to
a
take
deal
it on
about
the
it either.
fucking chin.
Yeah, exactly. They better not make a big fuss about it either. So what you trying to say, man? Shit, we'll get mad if they make too big a fuss. We lose
And
people
not
every
for
day.
nothing, I'm looking at the mom. That was a hell of a sacrifice for her to get pregnant, because it looks to be deceiving. She should be wearing fucking Birkenstocks and flannel shirt.
Yo, black folk, if y'all make too big of a deal of this, we'll come out and say, if the news covers this too much, like they did with Gabby Petito, we'll come out and say, yo, media got an infatuation with white men. When a white man dies, the media covers. We'll say some crazy shit like they never say anything when we die.
Well,
all the time.
legally, it's involuntary manslaughter every day and twice on Sunday because it's reckless discharge of a firearm that resulted in the death of a person.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what you said, Og, the first time was on the money. So we'll say some shit like, we get killed every day.
And nobody ever says nothing.
Yeah, real shit.
Oh,
And y'all
God.
doing all this coverage for this white boy that got killed.
Ignore the people screaming about it, saying, hey, can we do something about this?
If it was a little black
Midnight,
girl.
he accidentally fired his gun while modifying it and talking on the phone with his father. He turned himself in, but wasn't arrested. Brown was indicted on criminally negligent homicide. His bond was set at $3,000.
As
Damn.
$3,000.
$300 in this kid's walk.
But hold on though. The dude who he accidentally killed was gonna advocate for it to be this $3,000.
Exactly.
So it's a fucking funny ass twist of fate.
And here's the thing too. This is the craziest part. They gotta come clean out his apartment. And guess who they gonna bump into? Guess who gonna be? You think this nigga ain't gonna be blasting music or playing music?
Smoking weed on the balcony. He might be in the hallway.
You think he gonna lay low and shit while they over there cleaning up? You think he's just gonna be like, it's not appropriate for me to be here.
He might be in an apartment. He might be in an apartment next door grabbing some shit.
Yeah, he gonna be there.
He gonna have women over and shit. It's gonna be girls.
You gonna hear bass. They gonna be in there cleaning up. They gonna hear fucking bitch ass nigga. I pull up with the strap. Niggas like you take a dirt nap. Blah blah blah. Rolling on my ops. Fuck the cops. They gonna hear boo boo boo. All that shit to the wall while they fucking cleaning out their son's apartment, man. You gliders are taking it on the chin, man. Like,
y'all taking it in the backside.
Yeah, that's true.
This is bad, son. This is
bad. Facts. This is y'all taking it in the keister, man.
With broken glass for lube.
Speaking of that, the story that you did before, that bullet jumped up and bit him in the buttocks.
Yeah. Yeah. You just go here.
Yo, the thing that you say, that's really just hit me what you said about how selfish we are. And I guess I known it, but when you just said it, it really hit me. Yo, why today, right? I came home with my son and just heard this loud boom. I thought it was a car accident. This dude, he hit this kid off of a bike. Okay. So he turns into the parking lot, and me and this other dude, we kind of rushing over, and we stop at this dude's car, and we like, yo, what happened? And the dude is like, well, he ran into me. And it's like, I thought that was just the most coldest, heartless shit to say, even if it was true. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was just so cold to say. But he kind of lingered for a second, but then he just kind of drove off and went to the parking spot like fucking shit was normal. And I'm just
Where was the kid?
He was on the ground. He hit him like 10 feet into almost into a concrete wall. Like the kid was on the ground, and we went to go like, you know what I'm saying, surrender aid and whatever. He was like my leg. I was like, all right, elevated his leg, but like the dude was just nowhere. I turned around, he was just nowhere in sight, and I was just like, how?
What flavor was the kid?
This is Southeast DC. We're all Sun people.
Yeah, it's all Sun over there, man.
Yeah, so I mean, but like I just couldn't imagine hitting a kid off of a bike and going and just going about my day.
Yeah,
like I couldn't even.
And not like bumping him, but launching him.
No, he launched him. Like everyone in the parking lot heard it. We thought it was a car accident. Like he hit. It was like we all looked up. It was a bunch of us outside. You know,
didn't you have a situation yesterday that you was telling us about?
Yeah.
So this is a different situation.
Yeah, this is daily in the stand, man. This is another day in the stand. It was the dude was beating up his baby mama at Starbucks in the morning, Monday morning, first date, 9:30, Starbucks. This is after school. My little son with me. My youngest son, my little 5-year-old. He's like looking like, what's going on? Like, cause I'm, it's wild. And this dude he just left. I'm just like, young, how could you go? Like, where did you go? Like, did you just go home and make dinner? You just hit a fucking kid off of a bike. I'm like, man. And when you say just how selfish we are, I was like, damn, that just hit me. It was wild, bro.
Yeah, he's talking about insurance, going to jail, all type of shit. You know, and there's stuff was, oh yeah.
Damn, man, I'm telling you, man, this is bad though. This is a bad one right here. This kid right here is such a waste. This kid right here is not going to contribute 1/100th of what that other kid was going to contribute to society.
No, that other kid was probably going to cure cancer or something the rate he was going.
Yeah, that kid was going to defend the country.
Yeah, I'm about to say he was going to get a Purple Heart or some shit like that.
Oh yeah, dude, he was going to get the Medal of Honor.
Yeah, he's going to defend the country. He was going to fucking
save the president.
No,
stop an alien attack, something.
Take a bullet.
This kid's not going to accomplish nothing right here. This kid right here, he don't get me wrong. I don't know this kid, but I mean, just from what we do know,
he looks smacked in this photo.
Yeah, he looks high as shit.
He looks high as a motherfucker.
He doesn't look distraught either.
Right.
He doesn't look torn up.
He don't look upset. He just look like he's either really fucking baked or he just got woke up.
It's like, damn, yo, you fucking.
Like, yo, man, what are we doing, homie?
His neighbor claimed at around midnight he accidentally fired his gun while modifying it and talking on the phone with his father. He turned himself in, but wasn't arrested. Brown was indicted on criminally negligent homicide. His bond was set at $3,000.
As a victim, you're so handcuffed and disadvantaged compared to what the criminal has available to them for loopholes. They get to control things. They get to hire whatever defense attorney they want, whereas the victim is stuck with whatever judge, whatever prosecutor, whatever. You don't.
That's true. That is a great point. I never thought of that.
They're about to get their fucking house burned down now.
Yeah, that's bold for gliders. That's bold.
That is a true thing though. Like you just get the prosecutor, you don't get a choice. Yeah, this guy, and then this guy's the sympathetic. Yeah, he's the sympathetic one. Like, like you want to ruin his life, you want to throw his life away for his mistake.
Right.
And it's like, yo.
Brown was indicted on criminally negligent homicide. His bond was set at $3,000.
As a victim, you're so handcuffed and disadvantaged compared to what the criminal has available to them for loopholes. They get to control things. They get to hire whatever defense attorney they want, whereas the victim is stuck with whatever judge, whatever prosecutor, whatever. You don't have any control over that at all. They don't have to provide any information back to you, but anything you provide has to be provided to them. It is so lopsided against the victim to be able to get any kind of justice.
The Salyers weren't happy with the charges being presented.
everything gets diluted. You have to start up here just so by the time everything's diluted, there's some sort of punishment, right? In our case, they're starting down at the bottom. They're literally starting at the lowest felony that they could possibly start with.
Brown pleaded guilty.
Oh,
to
just hang
criminal
on. It's about to
negligent
be a
homicide.
misdemeanor.
Think
The
about
more I
how-
miss, the meaner I get, homie.
Yeah, think about how fucking much this sucks, yo. This gotta suck. Like they're just literally seeing the shit for the first. It seems like they're just seeing it. Like they're not like people here at Ock Nation. It seems like this is like they're just now seeing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the wake up call.
This
Oh,
is
yeah,
the
look
wake
at
up
her.
call. But hold on, think about it. They're getting a wake up call on the heels of their son being killed. So this is all their heads are spinning. Like they probably like, yo, have we been sleepwalking for 60 years? Like,
This is our version of the black people at the beginning of the thing who like police,
oh, okay.
right? They're waking up
Oh,
just like
shit.
that person is waking up to the police are there to help.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Wow.
this
This
is
is our version of that. It's like, oh, they're here to fucking reap and destroy.
yeah, it's
This
these
is my
people.
society crumbling around me. The veil has been lifted.
Yeah, these people are fucking. This is a terrible.
And she's
thing.
got big nuts to be saying the stuff that they're saying. So
Yeah, hell yeah. Salute. Salute.
They're literally starting at the lowest felony that they could possibly start with.
Brown pleaded guilty to criminal negligent homicide. He was originally sentenced to 180 days in jail. He'd report to jail for 18 days during Austin's birthday and another 18 days on the date of the shooting for 5 years. Not even a month later, the
What?
he got to go to jail part-time when he killed somebody
What?
for 180 days? Holy fuck.
What?
Felony that they could possibly start with.
Brown pleaded guilty to criminal negligent homicide. He was originally sentenced to 180 days in jail. He'd report to jail for 18 days during Austin's birthday and another 18 days on the date of the shooting for 5 years. Not even a month later, the sentence was changed to 90 days.
We're like,
Holy
They might as well just let him go home and shit. What the fuck?
So wait, they
Slap him on the fucking hand and give him a $1,000 bar. Here you go.
and half, so they reduced his time by half.
So
yeah.
No,
he pleaded
yeah,
guilty
90,
to a lesser
yeah.
charge. Instead of involuntary manslaughter, it's criminally negligent homicide. And then they cut his sentence in half after that. That's ridiculous.
And he only had to go to jail for, what was it, 36 days a year?
He has to go to jail for 18 days on his birthday, on the kid who he kills birthday, and then 18 days when the on the day it happened.
Right.
He-
So, yeah, 36
He
days
does
a year.
36 days. He does 18 days twice a year
Right.
until his 180
5
days
years.
is over,
And then they chopped it in half.
and then now they chop that.
Life is cheap, man.
Nah, this is
life
racism.
ain't
This
cheap.
is racism.
Because you killed. No, that fucking crackhead on the New York subway's life wasn't cheap. Fucking Ralph Y'all's arm wasn't cheap. He got the arm.
White life is cheap. I'm sorry, I misspoke.
White life is cheap. Yeah, Black Lives Matter.
Black life is cheap when it's another black person.
Yeah, it's real cheap.
Yeah, but when it's a white person that does it, man, black life is bringing the whole country down, man.
Black life matters.
Expensive, Jack. Damn, this is sickening, man.
If only he wasn't. If only he was a homeless dude with 44 arrests.
This is making my stomach hurt, man. I ain't even gonna lie. This is literally making my stomach hurt, man.
defense attorney they want, whereas the victim is stuck with whatever judge, whatever prosecutor, whatever. You don't have any control over that at all. They don't have to provide any information back to you, but anything you provide has to be provided to them. It is so lopsided against the victim to be able to get any kind of justice.
The Salyers weren't happy with the charges being presented.
Everything gets diluted. You have to start up here just so by the time everything's diluted, there's some sort of punishment, right? In our case, they're starting down at the bottom. They're literally starting at the lowest felony that they could possibly start with.
Brown pleaded guilty to criminal negligent homicide. He was originally sentenced to 180 days in jail. He'd report to jail for 18 days during Austin's birthday and another 18 days on the date of the shooting for 5 years. Not even a month later, the sentence was changed to 90 days.
We're like, how can that be? We weren't involved. Nobody's told us anything about this. Well, the change to 90 days is this. The document was correctly typed up with 18 days. Someone scratched it out and wrote in 9. No initials, no nothing. If we didn't follow up with them, it would have just gone behind the scenes.
The Salyers say they asked for a hearing to review the sentencing change, but it was denied. While Brown spends 90 days in jail, the Salyers are left with just memories.
I'm never going to look back ever in my life.
Meredith Aldis, Fox 7 Austin News.
Damn.
Damn, yo.
I don't know. For me, he might spend 90 days under the earth, and then the rest of his days as well.
So what is that? Is that because of school? They did the part-time thing because he's in school? I've never heard of that.
Said he was in school.
It's just some kind of liberal bullshit. We want to punish him.
Austin, remember, this is Austin. This is the Seattle.
Austin's a shithole.
Whoa,
the liberal shithole.
I thought he was in school, so maybe they let him. You know what I mean? Like,
no, Austin is literally. I got to get to these other stories, but I will show you some like videos. Like it's the Seattle, it's the Portland, the Seattle, or the South. It's just it gets no woker down there. Down there in the South, you can't find a city woker than that.